Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Last Sun from Last Sun Gaming, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to play Journey of Wrestling. It's a browser-based game right now. In the description, I'll leave a link to it so you guys can play it if you want to. It is free to play. There is a paid version that gives you a little bit more features. I have the paid version, so everything you see is going to be paid version. I am going to leave a few other links in the description. One to Steam, so you guys can go wishlist this on Steam. It is coming to Steam. And some Patreons of the creator of the game, and Patreon of the creator of this scenario, Showtime. This scenario is called Tomorrow the World. It's the 1989 version. I'll also leave a link to the wiki for Tomorrow the World, just so you can get a little bit more information behind this, and you can see a few things and everything. I really enjoy these Tomorrow the World, the fictional ones, because you don't have to worry about, will this character actually do this in real life? I don't like to worry about that type of stuff, so I would rather be able to sit there and just book and have fun. That's why I also like these fictional scenarios. I may do occasional, you know, real life story one. This game is just so easy to pick up and play. You can easily pick it up, play it a little bit, book some events, have a little bit of fun, and you're not worried about, do I have the time to play something like Total Extreme Wrestling or Pro Wrestling Sim that takes a little bit more, time commitment to actually get into and play. This game is very easy to get in and to play. So this is the main screen. We are Joshi, Puroresu, Japan. Again, this is 1989. We're getting ready to hit our big signature event, T-minus 0 hours. We're going to book that. We also have a dashboard here that gives us alerts, things like that. We're going to view this call up, and if you hover over, you can get information. As you can see, we can actually come down and even go view details, and you get to see things like popularity. Popularity is where they're going to be on the card. Alignment's self-explanatory. The overness is how over that character is. Morale, you have to keep your workers happy. Talent has to be happy or you're going to have problems. Fatigue, work rate, and charisma. These are your skills. It seems like it's going to be very basic. It's 3 stars, 3 stars here. You gain experience, and they'll get to be, better workers or better, charismatic talent. If they get over, a star is added, and it kind of turns to a gold star. And a gold star is added to each one of these. So if you can get them to 3 to 3, get them over, you have a 4-4 and a really talented worker. You'll get some gimmick information and some traits that they may have. Like this person, she's a workhorse, so it's going to increase that hot match chance by 10%, and she's also risk averse. So it reduces the holy shit moments chances in gimmick matches to 0.2 times, and reduces gimmick match fatigue to 0.06 times. So that can hurt those scores and make things a little bit more difficult. But all in all, the traits make it just a little bit more of a personality for these people. Like this person, she's a workhorse, Koniko Yonimura. She's a workhorse, big match specialist, so she's going to add more match ratings on monthly events and get more fatigue because she's trying harder. She enjoys gimmick matches, but she's naturally stale. So her overness is going to increase slower, and decreases are going to happen a lot quicker. We also have Mammoth Mizuna here, who's a stiff worker but a dangerous worker. Right now, out of these 3, I may take the Mammoth Mizuna here. Pretty nice sprite here you can change between if they have different attire. Doesn't look like she may not, but she has a nice look here. I think we'll take her. So now we can go into the company here. You have staff, so you're going to have your doctor. You have a producer. You can have, who's going to help you produce segments. Your doctors are going to heal potentially injuries and you have your scouts to scout and recruit talent, trainers to train up those talents, and any requests people need. If they're unhappy and you need to make like a reassure them to try to raise their morale. This person, a talent manager here, will be the person you have to deal with, and you can hire new staff. Your facilities, if you recover 5 injuries, you get to go to level 2, and it unlocks every level you go up. You get more availability to hire more scouts, more doctors, more trainers, and they'll be level 2. You can get level 2 scouts. So we want to try to get these production packages. We want to try to get superstars scouted. So when you start off your game, you want to make sure that you come in here and you have people that can do things, your scouts, your trainers doing something. So that way you can, grind up that ability to use that. Let's take a look at our messages. We get a message from our owner. We want to win one Match of the Year award. We want to create a tag team of La Encienda and Miss Aphrodite and make them upper mid Carters. Okay. Hold two 4.75 star or higher mask versus hair matches. So this one's going to be easy. We may have to turn one of these girls. I think we would turn La Encienda face to team with Miss Aphrodite, who's in the Pretty Solar Soldiers faction. It's kind of like a uh, almost like a Sailor Moon type faction. The other two are kind of going to be, can we do this stuff? We have some superstars who's going to think about becoming part timers. You have to watch out for that because when they become part timers, they only get so many like appearances. It might be one, could be 7, who knows? Go through our talking to these guys, just explaining what they do, the company facilities. We can take a look at our titles. We have the JPJ World Women's Championship. This is meant for a main eventer. Right now, Miyoko Kazuhito is our champion. She is a upper mid Carter, so we'd have to get her to that main event. So this title could push her that way. We have the JPJ Women's World Tag Team Champions. They're meant for an upper mid Carter, and right now the Passionistas are the champion. We have the All Asian Women's Martial Arts Championship, upper mid Carter, and Rakshaza is the current champion. And we have an all JPJ Ladies All Japan Middleweight Championship that's meant for a lower mid Carter. And right now, Grace McTavish is our champion. We'll have to look and see, kind of exactly what she is. There's all kinds of different fun things to learn about this. One thing you will want to do is come in here and you want to decide how many shows you want to run. I'm thinking about running 4 weekly shows to just allow us to not only potentially build the feuds, but also get some of these other younger wrestlers that may not be involved in a big storyline some experience and some time. That way they don't lose their overness and or popularity. So Grace McTavish here, I think she is an upper mid Carter. So we may need to think about dropping this title to a mid Carter. But if we take a look at here, we have a pretty good amount of main eventers. This star means she's the face of the company. So as you can tell, she is a 2-3. And some of her traits, she's a big match specialist, a storyteller, natural charisma, and a rebel. So rebels are going to have 30% chance for wins to raise morale, but the chance for her to leave if she's unhappy is raised by 2. So we'll go back and take a look at some of our other, main eventers right now. We have Cordelia Gray. She's a 3-3. We can get her over. She'll become a 4-4. Her gimmick's the Seeker of Balance. She is a workhorse. She is a slow learner. She's a rebel and a stiff worker. We have Asia. She's really over. So as you can see, it adds that star 4-4. She's 44. She's the Immortal Dragon as her gimmick. She's a workhorse, big max specialist, quick learner, and she also redeems bad gimmicks. So that's, pretty good. She'll redeem those bad gimmicks. Go ahead and go back here. We'll take a look at Mariko Yokama. She's a 3/3, no traits. Suzumi Date. Could be Date, Date. I think I'll just go with Date. Um, she's a face. She's really over. She's a 3/4. So if we could get her up to level 3, she'd become a 4/4. She is a face. She's the daughter of dragons. So she's going to be loyal, injury resilient, and she also redeems bad gimmicks. Fumiko Takahashi here is a 3/3 who's a workhorse. She does not do well on monthly events, but she does good on weekly events. So this be someone we might want to use sparingly on those monthly events, but we could, potentially use more on the weekly events. She is an entertainer. The nice thing is, on this, I'll show you here. Akira Sasaki, the 2/3 natural heal, but you can also eventually get rid of a trait if you once you get your facilities high enough. Marine Memento, she's a neutral 3/3. Cold Hand of Death is her gimmick. She's risk averse. She is a troublemaker. She's a bleeder. Wild Tammy Richards, she's a 3/3 big match specialist and a natural baby face. Yukino Zeneba, 3/3 geeky monster girl comedy chops, which means that she's going to have silly segments, rating goes up. She redeems bad gimmicks, and she's also injury resilient. Boom Niyama, she is over, so she's a 3/3. She's not super over, whether you get the fire symbol, but she is over, so she's got a 3/3. We can get her more over. She'll get to be, a 4/4. She hates training, and she has other interests, so she could turn part timer, quicker than other workers. We have Tengu Hime, Flying Trickster with natural charisma, 3/3. Main event's looking good. There's some older ladies in this, so we need to think about who's the next generation of main eventers. So, looking at the upper mid card, we start off with Megan Marlowe here, 2/3, ring general, entertainer, rebel, and has a drug habit. 75% to be in a drug related event. Our champion, Miyoko Kashuhito, she's 27. That's good. She's a 3/2. So we might want to work on. We could train her on her charisma. She hates gimmicks and gimmick matches, and she's a stiff worker. So I think right now we will go ahead and we will train her on charisma. And as you saw there down at the bottom, we could unlearn that trait of hating gimmick matches. We could, but let's work on her training right now. So we have Alpha Akaokami, 3/2 heal. Hates gimmick matches and neglects the story, which changes hot feud chances down and reduces that feud staleness down. So you get so much feud staleness before the feud stale, and yeah, that's the thing you have to manage as well. We have Devadora de Almas, a heel who's 2/3, big match specials, quick learner, redeems bad gimmicks. Anna is part of the Fashionistas, our tag team champion. She's a 2/3 heel, easy to please. So losses lowers that chance to lower morale, and dangerous worker. I have to watch those. We have Grace McTavish, a 2/3 face. She is 37. She is a ring general, easy to please. She is a leader. She's also the All Japan Middleweight Champion. We have Uri, a 39-year-old heel, 2/3 or 3/2. I'm sorry, 3/2. Character worker, leader, and a bleeder. Kiko Yubaba here, 37-year-old face. She's a 2/3. She's a Witch of the Waters. Her gimmick, she's an entertainer, a good worker, or a good actor, and a character worker. Bancho Marina Maeda, 2/3. 26-year-old 2/3. Delinquent girl boss, no traits right now, but uh, she could be someone we could potentially build around. We have Shino Tenshi, 20-year-old heel, really over right now. 3-2. Her gimmick's a vampire, a vamp. She's part of the team Relentless Savagery. She could be someone definitely we could build into the main event. Kagajira, 25-year-old, 3-2. She's starting to get over at 69%. Woman of many submissions. She's a workhorse. She does lack the self learning, so anything she gains XP wise is going to be reduced, and she's a dangerous worker. But again, and someone else we could potentially push. Rakshasa is a 20-year-old. Nightmare Demon Tiger, 2-3. She's loyal and a character worker, and she's a champion, kind of already. Maki Kondo is a 4-3 face. She's 33. Sparkly Joy Buzzer. Natural babyface spotlight lover, so she'll happily lose to main eventers. Injury resilient. Emmanuel is a heel. Passion for fashion, big match specialist, 2-3. She's part of our tag team champions right now. Kaori Otanio is a 2-3 workhorse, 27. We have a pretty good roster, I think. We will have to look at, the aging performers. Think about, who we're going to try to bring up. Like someone here like Jen Chizu, who's a 2-3. No traits right now. Uh, Jime here is a 23-year-old face. Burning Fury, but that's not a very good gimmick. We may have to look at changing it. She's a 2-2 right now. She's loyal, stiff worker, and a tag team specialist. Diona Fiore, 2-3, humorless, self-learner, and a leader. We have Guandao, a 2-3 heel, soul crusher gimmick, workhorse, and it has extreme emotions. So that means a 20% chance for losses to lower, 30% chance for wins to raise the morale. So we have Ilyana Kolov, 34-year-old heel, 2-2. Akami Honeypot is her gimmick. Workhorse, entertainer, and a bleeder. Sawa, 26-year-old heel, 2-2, with natural charisma but a drug habit. Hiroko Ishigo, 23-year-old heel. That's a 1-3. With us being a entertainment company, this isn't horrible. If we were a pure company, work rate is more important to a pure company. Entertainment is based more on charisma. She's a slow learner. She's charming but lazy. Carrie Ann Sanderson here, 34-year-old heel, 2-3, rule bender, arm breaker. She's ring general, natural charisma, natural heel, and has other interests, so she could be a part-timer pretty quickly. Down on the lower end mid card here, we have La Encienda, who's a heel. Right now, Smoke and Fire, 2-3, big match specialist, entertainer. So there's nothing in here that says we can't turn her face. The reason I kind of want to turn her face is instead of Miss Aphrodite there is because I don't want to lose her out of that pretty solar soldiers right now. So there was Holly Fang. Miss Aphrodite is a 20-year-old face. She's a 2-3 Venus Warrior. See, the Venus Warrior is that Sailor Moon type thing. She's an entertainer and a comedy chop. Armbar Arisu Nagana, 27-year-old heel. 2-2 Iron Lady of Grappling. She's a storyteller, but she's a bad actor. Seifan, 34-year-old heel. 3-2 stiff worker, self-learner. Miss Hera. We have a 29-year-old face, a 2-3 Jupiter Warrior. Workhorse, natural baby face with extreme emotions. Miss Hermes, 25-year-old face, 3-2. Mercury with a gifted acrobat. Miss Aries, risk taker, stiff worker, injury prone, a 3-2, 26-year-old. So some of these, I think the Solar Warriors could be of someone we might move up the card. Emma the Unleashed, heel, 27. She's a 2-2, beast uncaged, good actor, but she's naturally stale. Tomoko Kashuda, she's a 24-year-old face, 2-2, gifted veteran, or giving veteran, more happy to lose to anyone except for jabronis, and a gifted acrobat. We have Nokori Takusan. She's a 27-year-old neutral. She's a 1-1. Wicked Wonder, no traits. She would be someone we could potentially just get rid of if we needed to. Wakana Asami, 33-year-old face, 2-2, keen learner, quick learner, stiff worker. Pretty decent looking. Luna Knight is a sailor of the soldier of the moon. This is going to be your Sailor Moon type character. 28-year-old face, really over. She's a 3-4. The ring general, entertainer, and a spotlight lover. We have Casey Sunshine, full of life is her gimmick. 24-year-old face, 2-3. She's a lore master and a leader, so that lore master is going to change your gimmick of effectiveness for fantasy characters by 20%. But anything else that's non-fantasy gets reduced by 40% effectiveness. Zarina Mendoza as a 37-year-old heel, 2-3, curb stomper, workhorse, rebel, dangerous worker. Kylie Knight, she's a heel, 25. She's a 3-2, unpredictable gimmick, dull worker, and natural charisma. I don't really like the doll workers, but we have Tamara Larkin, 36-year-old face, 2-2, sweet style, pretty over. The gimmick is loves training and a self-learner, so she's somebody we could eventually train up. Aoki Natsuko, she's a 22-year-old face who's a 3-1, judo hellion, stiff worker, dangerous worker, and a bleeder. Oh, Hori Hazuki, 23-year-old heel, 2-2, knee breakers are gimmick. She's a weekly sloth. Stiff worker and a dangerous worker set. Weekly sloth is going to reduce her ratings on weekly shows, reduce fatigue from weekly shows, and changes on that up on the monthly events is going to be increased. So Mammoth Mizuno, this is was our call up. We looked at her. I think they already placed her in the lower mid card. Madison Bishop's 23-year-old heel, 3-1, no traits. Hana Abina here is a 25-year-old face. She's a 1-3, Thorny Rose. She does age well, so we can work on the work rate. You can work on all these skills. I know I said the one was a 1-1 and I might get rid of her. You can work on the skills, it just takes some time. Here's a 20-year-old face, Sonia Blunt, 2-2, immoral combatant. No traits. She's a member of Blunt Force Trauma. We get down here into the jabronis. Unabamba, 23-year-old heel, 3-2. That's good. Her gimmick's explosive. Annie Deeds, a 19-year-old face, 2-2, 2-1, entertainer and a storyteller. Danita Montoya, 22-year-old heel, 2-2, daughter of the Deadly Deanie. Joy's gimmick matches, she's rebel and injury prone. That's one you have to watch out for. Honoko Noko-chan Yasumoto, 22-year-old face, 2-1, the prodigy, she's a good actor. Dragon Goddess, 22-year-old face, 2-2, a new dragon approaches as her gimmick. Workhorse, good actor, injury resilient. Yoko Angel, 18-year-old face, 1-2, bright ray of sunshine, hard to please, and a character worker. Shugo Shoujo, 18-year-old face, 1-3, guardian girl, lifelong wrestler, and injury resilient. So lifelong wrestler is going to make the retirement chances go down. and in the part-time chances go down. Akiko Nissan Yasumoto, bitter older sister. She's 22, heel. She's hard to please. She's going to be the sister to where is she? Her. Hanoko Noko-chan Yasumoto. She's a face. It's called the Prodigy. And Kiko Nissan is the heel, and is considered the bitter older sister. Oshoroshi Mono, 19-year-old neutral, 2-1, the dreaded one. Dai Ikibiyo, 18-year-old heel, 1-2, the Great Plague. She enjoys gimmick matches. And we have Madoka Akuma Akutsu, 27-year-old heel, 2-3, soldier of fortune. She's a leader and a bleeder. We have some managers down here in Riko Muno, who's a face. Pretty good charisma, 2-3. Doesn't look like she has any people she's actually, taking. Kitty Stallone here, 56-year-old heel manager, good charisma, big match specialist, entertainer, and comedy chops. So she must have been a wrestler that is now, transitioning back into the manager. We have a pretty decent training roster right now. I really like the look of Anarquista Loco too. She's a 3-2 right now at 20, heel. She's really, 68% over. A workhorse, storyteller, troublemaker. I'm going to actually prepare her for a call up. Can we do that? No, not right now because we have a trainer already doing something. That would cost us 10 creative points, but that's not a horrible thing. But we need to now go in here. You're going to spend most of your time booking the events. Here on this, we're going to do some production. We're going to do a main event production. We're going to, boost up that main event. We're going to do a video package. Who are we going to pick for the video package? It's going to be somebody, I think, potentially that we want to boost the overness of. Could do any of these. Could try to boost our champion here. Could boost. So let's do it with her. Let's get the producer. There's a video package. Now we can just start grinding out. We'll have Luna Knight come out and do a promo battle. Instead of a promo battle, let's do a spirited promo. We only need one face for that. We'll have a heel come out with really good charisma. We could do Jin Shizu, and we could do the Heat promo to start building that. We'll have 8 matches now on this card. Obviously, we will want to have our championship here with Kashuhito. And we're going to have her take on. Who do we want to have her take on? Could have her take on Suzumi Date here. And we'll push that to the top. We'll decide if we want to actually give that a stipulate a gimmick match or not. Let's go ahead and do a let's do a tag or not a tag. Let's do a number one contender We're gonna have Giantess Kyoko. We're gonna have Cordelia Gray. We'll have Aja, and we'll have Yukama here. I think we're gonna have Giantess Kyoko take the victory there, and we'll do that. We'll move this down a little bit here. We'll have her. I think since she's the face of the company right now, she'll be the number one contender coming up. We'll start a feud after the event for next time. Let's go down here and we'll grab our tag team champions. We'll do the Passionistas versus the Wuxia Queen. We'll place that right there. We'll do another singles match. And we'll grab Grace. And since Grace's title, we can actually probably grab Rakshasa's first. Since she's a face, we need to have a heel. Could have that there. Now we'll have Grace. And we'll pop down here into the lower mid-carders. And we'll look for a pretty decent heel. Um, take her. We could take. Let's do La Hacienda instead. Does that make a triple threat? Yeah. Let's take off Mendoza. Let's go ahead and book that. Okay, what I want to do now is I'm going to add a feud. So when you add a feud, you have some choices here. You also have this one that you can type something in or just go through here and find out like, oh, God hates you, last rites, kidnapping. But in this one, I think I'll just do new challenger for this one because these two are going to be the ones that I'm going to have feuding for a little bit. We probably want to get a upper mid Carter match here. We'll probably want to get Megan Marlowe, Devora De Almas, Ayubaba, and we can do these four as the number one contender match for the All Asian Women's Martial Arts Championship. Let's get a middleweight championship. So down here we'll take and let's build. Let's do these two, and we could do Asami, Casey Sunshine here, and we'll book that. That'll be for the number one contender to the All Japan middleweight title. Leaves us with one more match. Could build a tag team 3v3, a 6-woman tag. We could have Takahashi, Wild Tammy, Richards, and Zenibia versus Sasaki, Nayama, Mento. Go ahead and book that up. And that was actually pretty good match, I think, to start things on. So that looks like that's our card. Let's see here. Do we want to add gimmick matches to any of these? If I remember right, she does not, yeah, she does not enjoy gimmick matches. So that's fine. Do we want to make this a gimmick match then? Could make it a street fight. We could make this a ladder match. Um, what kind of gimmicks could we add to this to make it seem like something? I don't know if we have to add any other gimmicks. I don't want to go too heavy on the gimmicks as well, and potentially, you know, overdo things. I think we'll go ahead and let's manage this. Let's go look at our staff, make sure we have them producing. We don't have anybody scouting. So let's go in and view the indies, and let's look for somebody. Let's recruit Julia Stringer, and let's make sure everything looks good here. I think it does. Let's go ahead and play this out. You can see that you have a nice little. Can download that, and we get a nice little preview. Headlined by that big main event, Kashuhito Date, the number one contender street fight match. We got the tag team match. And they give you a nice little pretender predictions. They think Date's going to win the title. Gray's going to win. The Passionistas retain. They think this goes to a no contest. Uh, Bancho Marina Maeda wins. Grace McTavish wins. Armbar Risu Nagani wins. Niyama Sasaki and Memento win. Go ahead and head into this. So now, who do we want to actually win? Do we want the Wild Tammy Richards team? Do we want Boom? We got pretty much the same overness, pretty much the same popularity. If you don't actually care about the match, who wins, it's not for storyline or anything. It's just a good match. You can hit simulate, and it actually will give you a winner. So they picked Wild Tammy Richards, Fumiko Takahashi, and Yuko Zaniba. 4-star match. Pretty decent, start 4 stars. Go ahead and continue here. And so this is our number one contender to Grace's. So we are going to have either Armbar or Saifan. I think we're going to have Saifan become the number one contender to Grace McTavish here. We got as you can see the details. We got +2 for the rating and +2 for the champion. And that Saifan match was a 3.25 star. This was a 3.75 star. Get the main event package. 3-star main event package. Got the number one contender to Rakshasa. We have Megan Marlowe, Deborah De Almas. I think we need to have one of the heels win this. I think we'll have Deborah win that. That was a 3.5-star match. We'll have Rakshasa win, 3.5-star match. We have Jin Chizu in the ring there for a promo, 3.75 stars. Okay, the Passionista is going to retain. That got us 4.5-star. New challenger, ladder match effect. Holy Fang bled. Looking pretty good there, no injuries. We have a video package airing, 3.25. Okay, we have our street fight here. We're going to have Giantess Kokio win here, and you see the green here. It was a hot match. So that hot match means everybody's overness went up, and it was probably close to being, yep, 5 stars. So everybody gained some overness and some morale and some popularity. So that was an excellent match. Go ahead and continue. Moon and Knights in the ring. She gets a 3.75 rating. She talks about her last injury. We're going to have Katsuhito retain 4.25. Pretty good there. Just make sure nobody was injured or anything like that. Go ahead and continue, and we'll get our rating down here. We earned 92 creative points for a 4-star match overall card. Pretty happy with that. And gained us 500 fans. We got 59,000 buys. If you look here, you can see some different things. We get Rawhide, Sam Hill, and Sabre had a great match. Carnival D. Invernio delivers a great show. Mass January event. The A1 tournament delivers a great show. We got an amazing match here between the Passionistas and the Wuxia Queens. And then the Giantess Kyoko, Cordelia Gray, Aja, and Marika Yokohama tore down the house. Just some other good, matches. Sometimes that's fun to just look through real quick to see. Go ahead and continue this. We do have an offer for Danita Montoya. I received a good offer to work somewhere else. I'd like you to consider it. 200 creative points from True North Superstars. She is a lower mid-carder. I really don't want to get rid of her. The problem is if you don't accept these types of things, sometimes it can really affect their morale. Let's go ahead and accept it. Maki Kondo wants to have a solo promo segment. Sure, this will help us, get some of those productions and everything else. We did not get to recruit Julia Stringer. Takao Endo gained a good amount of popularity during working the latest training roster event. Okay, guys, we'll leave this here. I do want to mention, I will leave, description in the description. I will leave a link to play journeyofwrestling.com. I'll leave the Steam link so you can wish list it. It is coming out soon. I'll leave to Showtime's wiki to his their Tomorrow of the World wiki here. It gives you kind of just the different overviews, things like that. Leave a Patreon here for the Tomorrow of the World link, and to the JOW creator. I'll leave all that in the description. This has been Last Son. This has been Joshi of Puroresu Japanese Wrestling. And this is a really fun game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the bell notification. Leave some comments below. What do you think of this game? Tips and tricks. What do you think I could, potentially do to help make the cards a little bit better? Is there a certain way you guys book things, potentially, if you've played this game before? Please let me know. So this has been Last Son. I will see you guys in our next video. Have a great day.